gentlemen, and this is the Church Nerds Podcast. I got my brothers on
Yes,
here
sir.
with me. I got Darrell Walls from the Shot, Brandon Travers from Joliet, Illinois, aka Mini Chicago. I got the Beacon of the IT, Norman Heath from Detroit. My man Gabe Jordan from Grand Rapids. We got Andre Buford from the Dirty D. And we have a special guest on today, y'all. It is an honor and a privilege, everybody. I need everyone to show their love for our brother who was not able to be on the podcast last episode, but he is finally here with us. Everybody, show your love and give an anointed hand clap for the pastor, Brian Evans.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna shut this whole thing off.
Man, we are excited, man. We are so happy to be here once again amongst everybody. We are here to review Creed 3.
Yeah.
Creed 3. And from everything, from what I've seen online, from the reviews, and we about to give our own take on it. In my opinion, I think it might have been the best Creed out of the three films. That's just me. We're gonna get to me in a second. But here we go. Andre want to start his cap. We're gonna make a shirt for Andre cap.
I already got one. I'm gonna wear next episode.
Just point to your shirt.
So we are going to start off. I want Mr. Brother Gabe Jordan. What is your take on the film? Did you like the movie? Also, in the comments, we want you to comment. Did you like the movie? Did you like Creed 3? Gabe, go ahead, man.
Yeah, well, to start off, Creed 3. I said Creed 3.
We know he about to start lying.
I don't think I like the movie. You sounded weird. I don't know the number.
No, I love Creed 3. I thought it was great. I thought this was a great movie for Michael B's directorial debut. From the plot, I thought it was great with adding Jonathan Majors as his long-lost friend. The story of how they connect, their backstory, and just from I want to say the options and the choices that he made with the fight scenes. I thought the movie was all around great. You could really tell that he had a lot of influences from like the anime side of things, like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, stuff like that. I thought the movie was great overall, Jay. I thought it was dope. I give it, I would say, an 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10?
Yeah.
8 out of 10. Brandon, what'd you think of the movie? Or AKA Mr. Wayne Kent.
There you go. Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, if you don't know. But overall, I thought the movie was a good movie. I'm going to give it an 8 as well, too. Overall, the movie was great. The only thing that I didn't like about the movie was I wish he would have still been the champion and not like already retired, because it seems like we had the Creed movie, he becomes champion, and I would like to see his journey as the champion, not at the end coming back. It would have been better for me that Jonathan Majors comes up and he relives his past, and as he the champion, he takes it. Now he got to take back while fighting his past. Of course, that's still the same thing, but it would have been better to me if he was still the champion. But overall, the movie was great. I thought the acting was, bar none, it was great acting. Jonathan Majors is a beast. He's doing Marvel, he's doing Creed. So he's an overall good actor. So I enjoyed the film. It was good. I liked it.
That brother is working hard. Okay. Yeah. He's in the MCU, Creed. He getting ready to play Dennis Rodman in another movie. Like,
I just saw him in the Army commercial.
I saw that
him like a Hebrew slave.
I was like, that's the old dude.
He said, that's the old dude when you don't know nobody's name. You old dude.
Yeah, he's old dude.
Like a Hebrew slave.
And too,
hey, but didn't he really embody like that Mike Tyson swag though?
Yeah, he did. He did. I miss those Sylvester Stallone. I miss seeing them, man.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, so Stallone was still. He was still a producer on the film, but I can see why, because we seen him in the past too, and then we just know him as
producer. Because there's another guy involved with the film that he won't nothing to do with.
Well,
which is why he didn't take a major role in it.
Well, Stallone, he wants to buy the rights to the whole franchise back.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't try to do it like that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let him. So he got mad and he departed. I think that's what happened.
He was gone.
Which makes sense.
Yeah,
I applaud him for that.
Especially for him. I mean, he's literally the face of the franchise. So, like, you know, give it back to him. You know, Darrell.
I'm sorry, that's an indictment on him. I'm sorry. He should have had that took care of from the beginning.
From the get-go.
Well, I don't think a lot of these actors and stuff, you don't go into a movie thinking, hey, this is going to be a franchise that's going to live for the next 30 years. You know, you thinking, oh, I'm going to do this movie. All right. Okay. Hey, great. Maybe we get 2 out of it. You know, not something that's basically a cult legend at this point.
Yeah.
You know, Rocky is going to be a legendary movie for years to come. Whether they never make another Creed, you know, or another Rocky, whatever. So overall, but in my opinion, I like the movie. I'm with you all, probably 8 out of 10. I think the producing was great. I think the camera work, even in the fight scenes, was good. The way they portrayed the story, even to me, I love the way they did that final fight. Sort of removing the crowd, kind of just making you kind of feel that personal battle that they're kind of going through. Yeah, everybody's watching, everybody's, you know, looking in, but hey, this is between me and you. This is, you know, sort of like you say, fighting your past. So I'll definitely say 8 out of 10. Stallone was definitely missed, even, you know, a cameo here or there, you know, even in that training montage or something, you know, he should have been there, but definitely a good movie overall.
Oh yeah. Brian, Pastor. What you think?
Man, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with y'all on this one. I think I give it an 8 out of 10.
Brian think everything good.
I might
8 out of 10.
Pastor B.
I might have to drop it to a 7 though, because I didn't like the ending personally.
Okay.
I didn't like how I just kind of the whole fading to the sunset kind of thing. It just was like I
kind of cliche a little bit, like it's like the same thing.
Right, and then I agree with Brandon that like I would have liked to see more of a, like I would have liked there to be more tension in the middle, like something that, you know, where they kept flashing back to the bag, you know, talking about Leon, you know, that whole story was what it was, but it was just kind of like, you know, I would have liked to see more of a, like there being this tension between the two of them throughout the film to make that last battle make sense. Right. I thought the whole Mama got the letters and stored them in a box, I thought that was cheesy. Personally, it's kind of like
we've seen it over and over and over.
I could have came up with something else there, you know. That kind of thing was kind of cheesy.
You know, I was trying to protect you.
Yeah, you know, like, yeah, and then they killed her off too. And I was just like, why? Like, you know, so I don't know.
You're right, because it was kind of like obvious. As soon as they got to that fight, I was like, oh, she about to die.
Yeah, and it was pretty.
That didn't hit y'all in the heart though.
Behind that,
Felicia Rashad.
Yeah, that didn't hit y'all in the heart. That whole scene that she thought she was talking to
like
that Claire. Come on.
My eyes were sweating. I ain't gonna lie.
Because I expected it. It would have been different if it was kind of like. I mean, they kind of painted that picture through the movie. So by the time she actually, you know, passed, I'm just like, okay.
Well, we kind of seen it coming when we found out that she was sick at the beginning of the film. I was like, she's probably gonna die in the film. It would have been better if she was fully healthy and then she got like shot by a drive-by or something. I don't know. You know,
Lord, Jay.
Hey,
drive-by. She was living in a mansion.
He really gonna be fighting for real. You know.
No, the other thing I say is, you know, I did enjoy, on a personal note, I did enjoy the ASL in the movie. I did like them bringing in the deaf and hard of hearing. So, you know, shout out to the deaf ministry on that one.
Oh yeah, for me, I agree. I give it an 8.5, with that 0.5 being because of the ASL. I really loved how they put it in there. You know, I like Michael B's directing because he has said in an interview, you know, in most of the sports movies we always see is always a father-son struggle dynamic type of thing, you know. So he was inspired by Kobe, you know what I mean? Shout out RIP to Kobe. He said, you know, he was inspired by being a girl dad, You know, you don't see. I mean, he was probably like Muhammad Ali and Layla. You know what I'm saying? So I really love that. And like Darrell said, I like the last fight scene because you can see the inspiration from the anime. You know, especially for us that watch it. You know, all of a sudden they're fighting. All of a sudden it's just the crowd is just gone, and now you really see the dynamic of two individuals that are juggernauts and like fighting, throwing punches, and it's like you could feel those punches when you know the shout out to the choreographer, the fight choreographer, because they were really going at it. You know what I mean? And
so everybody liked that part.
Gabe,
I did. I don't think everybody did. We probably gonna hear soon some people that did.
I decline to answer right now.
Hey, that's the only part
I'm just patiently waiting.
So you didn't like that, Gabe? You didn't like that part?
No, not that part. I thought that part when with everybody in the stadium like gone and it was just them two. It was kind of awkward to me.
Okay.
Like I was waiting for the fans to come back in.
Yeah. Well, I can
personally,
that, but for them to like when it happened in like round 3, then all of a sudden it just went completely like no audio or anything. It was just them. We all.
I will agree, Gabe, that it was weird. It got awkward to me. Like while it was happening, I did like it, but it got awkward to me when it came back and it was round 11.
Round 12,
From round 2 to round 11.
It's like y'all let the crowd away, y'all come back, and now it's the 11th round. What happened?
Yeah.
Everything else.
I did like the struggle between the two of them. You know, whereas for Dame, Jonathan Majors' character, he was already an amateur boxer coming up. You know what I'm saying? He was coming, and then he got locked up and coming back. You know, he sees that the boy that he used to run with is living his dream, and now he feels some type of way because of him. He got locked up. You know what I'm saying?
Not even the boy who he used to run with. He was the shorty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was packing his bags. You know what I'm saying?
You know, like you said, Gabe, they could have did more with the Leon thing, because when he became the champion, Jonathan Majors' character, his coaching crew had Leon in front of us. So I'm like, so is Leon and one that we're supposed to look up to, or?
And 1 second, who was Leon? I don't even know who he was.
Apparently, he was like
it's somebody they live with, but I don't know if he was like a father to his, a boyfriend to his mother.
Leon is. No, I thought Leon was the individual that. Well, I guess it was the foster father. I thought he was like a trainer or something.
They broke it down later on. They say he was the foster dad or whatever, but he used to beat the kids.
I must have missed that part, but I was always trying to figure out who he was. I mean,
Yeah, but for me, I give it an 8 out of 5, and I think it was good. Norm, go ahead, Deacon.
He said it all.
Well, a lot has been said, so I'll just kind of do 2 things. One, I did a quick search while everybody was looking for something, so I think let me show some real quick. I'm gonna do this. I'm using technology on my side and make it dope.
That's why he's the deacon of IT, everybody.
I am the deacon of IT, so that's how we work for that. So if I can do this,
okay.
So this is where that fight actually came from.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, because I know Michael B is a huge fan of Naruto. Right?
I got my.
Yeah, we need to invite him on the show too. He's a nerd. Bring him on the show.
I thought this was a perfect scene. Honestly, I love that.
In due time. Yeah. In due time.
And this scene right here. We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, that scene. Everybody that knows that scene there was a struggle. That right there finally everything came together between those two.
Hold on. Norm, go back to that picture real quick. Does that say Naruto Jordan?
No, I get it. In the scene in Naruto Jordan,
I get it.
It's missing a comma.
I can't.
Yeah, the English major over here, like.
If I say his name ain't Uzumaki no more.
But I knew he was a big anime fan, but Jonathan Majors is an anime fan too. I heard he was also. So there are a lot of.
The second, I would say, goes back to what Brian had said, that the whole happy ending thing. If you're gonna be honest, every Rocky movie has a happy ending.
Yeah.
Adrian!
Yeah.
It's got to be in the contract that every movie has to end on a high note. It just
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I mean, the movie was dope.
No, yeah. But you're right, Norm. It's the typical underdog story, pretty much. But I don't. But I think Gabe has said it, or Brandon, that he came. He was. It went better if he was the champion and not in retirement.
Yeah.
But what they did do was, well, we all knew he was gonna come out on top, but they made him the underdog. Like they made people want to root for the Majors.
Yeah.
Dang man, you know what I mean? So, but I wish there could have been a twist to where he lost at the end and left us on like a cliffhanger or something, or they could have made up afterwards. I don't know, but it was the typical.
I would have been mad at that.
No,
If Jonathan Majors would have won,
I would have been mad. I would have threw the whole movie away if he had to beat him. I would have threw the whole movie away.
if Jonathan Majors would have won, bro, there would have been no making up at the end.
2-star movie if Jonathan Majors had won.
Hey, you know what he would have said? Hey, little homie, I told you.
Right. That's exactly.
Hey, let's hear Dre take.
Yeah, we getting to Dre.
I've been patiently waiting.
Yeah. And we anticipate.
So this is my take. Shouts out to Mila Kent. She did a great job as the ASL bound young lady. That was great act. It's hard to do that. So shouts out to her. But I'm gonna give this movie a 5.5.
Godly.
So let me tell you why. And it's not to be opposite.
I expected this because Ant-Man got a 0.5.
It's the reason I'm saying this is because I'm telling you, I wanted Adonis to lose.
See what I tell y'all?
Because I like a mix of happy and bad endings.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like if he would have lost this fight, it would have perfectly set up a sequel. But I understand why they did that, because it might be a spinoff for Amir. I mean, they just trying to set up, a different universe of Creed, and I kind of think I get where the direction, Michael is trying to go in as the producer director. He's trying to build a universe of his own, and if he could do that with making a spinoff of Amir as a deaf boxer, all praise to him. But as far as his particular movie, I feel like he should have failed. And, that would have been one of those situations where it'll leave you thinking, like, what could have been?
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, it'll keep people talking. People going to have good things to say about it just because, he was a champion. It was one of those situations where, dude came from the past and his past. And, piggybacking off of what Jordan said, he was the shorty, and I felt like they should have carried that story into defeat of Adonis. They shouldn't have left him off as the champion. I just think that was one of them. He wanted to give some type of homage to Rocky because Rocky won all of his fights and all of his. First of all, we can't see it. We can't see it.
Move it up a little bit.
There it is, Morbius.
But
You can't see it.
But as a serious critic, I give it a 5.5 just because of those particular points. And the only reason it's a 5.5 because it would be lower is Amir. And I like Tessa. She's a great actor too. And I do hate the fact that they killed off Felicia. I did not like that.
I didn't like that.
I did not like that, but it is what it is. I
didn't see the point. It was a pointless death.
Yeah, they cut her off the payroll. That's all it was. They cut her off.
If you guys want to know what my sign said, it asked the question. But Morbius a 10 though.
And they killed her off on Women's Month.
But Morbius,
That's not good. That's not good. Or
So
right before
here's
Women's Month.
a question. Here's a question. And this is gonna sound like I'm being bashing, but I'm not. The idea of a deaf boxer doesn't make any sense to me.
Norm. She won't be able to hear the ding.
So think about it. You gotta hear the bell ring.
Well, if as I have, if you've ever watched the Deaf Olympics, the disabled Olympics,
Okay.
they do have patterns that show the deaf individual, you know, because there is deaf
Okay,
boxers. Look it up.
so the deaf person is fighting somebody. So I gotta look at the person and the pattern at
Right,
the same
'cause you-
time and not get hit.
Because you
And-
in the middle of a round and you going for blows and you in the fight, are you gonna look over to the side to see a pattern, or
I'm
you
not-
gonna hit the bell and the other person gonna stop, but she might keep
and-
throwing blows. I'm just, you know,
And who knows? She might, you know what I'm saying? She might be healed. I mean, God is able. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? God is able. So
He
you know,
able. He
it
able,
might-
Dre. He able.
I mean, because it's gonna be a foreseeable situation. It's gonna be way into the
Yeah.
future when she older. So she could.
Here's what they said. So they said the franchise is going to continue with a fourth Creed film and a Drago film, a seventh Rocky film, and a prequel television series, and one with Amir.
What is Rocky gonna do?
What's this?
a television series.
I don't. Yeah,
You
they
said
said they're
a-
going to do
That's
a
gonna bomb.
prequel television series, and they're doing an Amir Creed center television series also.
I,
Is she
I'm
gonna
gonna
be a
buy myself
boxer?
one
A
thing.
deaf boxer?
whoever,
I get it.
whoever-
It's a
Go ahead.
moneymaker.
I'm about to say whoever
Yeah, I
writes
think the whole
Creed, because the Creed movies aren't long. They don't have like a lot of content. They have simple plots.
Mhm.
And in order to have, you know, a TV show, that's got to be developed, you know, got to have layers, and then got to be able to extend it to, you know, 10, 20 episodes.
You can't kill off the mama in the middle of it. You gotta-
Yeah, that too. I feel like if they had a TV series, it'd be a lot of filler, a lot of drag, trying to get, you know, to the end.
Right.
Now, good thing-
Maybe one of the episodes will be when she get healed.
So I rated the movie. I rated the movie a 5.5, but the acting was prestige.
The acting
So
was-
you only rated it a 5.5 just because Adonis won?
It's the plot. It's the right. You know, I'm all about writers, and if writers are gonna jack up the movie and make it obvious, you know what I'm saying? Like I hate decoding movies before they end.
Yeah.
I unraveled the whole movie in the middle of the movie. Like,
But that's a Rocky movie though.
It is.
Every
This is
Rocky
Creed.
movie,
This ain't
every
Rocky.
Creed movie, but every movie in that universe.
And he
literally
wasn't a
has
part
the
of this because
same-
he walked away like a deadbeat dad. You know what I'm saying? Because he was upset that he couldn't get rights to his child. So look, it's a Creed movie. It's not a Rocky movie.
I'm gonna agree with him on this one. man.
It would have been cold if they would have had Adonis lose, but there had to be some prestige writing, and there wasn't. I'm sorry.
Right. I'm gonna take,
You know, I'm just
Go
I
ahead.
was about to say, I'm gonna take a little detour. Shout out to Sylvester Stallone, hey man, for writing, you know,
Slide.
creating something even when the industry told him he wasn't good enough because the way he
Yeah.
talked and the way
Yeah.
he act, and he
Yeah.
made something happen. So I mean, there's anything's possible for anybody.
they did him
Yeah.
like they did the lady who wrote the Matrix. That's a whole nother episode though.
But to Brandon's point, that's why I think his daughter being the vocal point of the next movie is going to work, because if you see like the cohesive theme of all Rocky and Creed movies, they're all about underdogs. They're all about, you know, going against the grain, overcoming obstacles. That's why I think she's going to be perfect, because there's no bigger obstacle than fighting while you're deaf. Like that, like that's going to be dope to me. I look forward to seeing how they're going to do that.
I did enjoy the fact that they painted this. They painted you know, a picture or a narrative of a black dad in the home, girl dad kind of thing. I
Mhm.
actually debated whether or not I was going to show up in a dinosaur onesie in that moment in the movie where he's sitting.
I
there.
think the next film, if it's going to base off of her, it'll work
Yeah,
because
I think it'd be great.
I think it's going to work because everybody was invested as soon as they seen her ASL acting. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I mean, we see that ASL, and shout out, like Brian said, shout out to the Deaf Ministry. It's going to work because everyone's invested in her already. So obviously they're going to want to see a film. And by the way, last year at the Oscars, a deaf actor won Best Supporting Actor last year. The movie was completely it was ASL the entire movie, and he won Best Supporting. So people are already invested in this ASL type acting already.
And-
So
In a one scene when she punched old girl. Look, I don't condone violence, but that was
I love that.
That was beautiful.
the way she said though, like I was like, oh,
I agree. She took her stone out. I said that's beautiful. I don't condone violence either, but if you know,
There's a limit for everybody.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
I'm from the D.
All right, yeah. Y'all see that? You'll see that first lady had a limit too. She told she was coming for it.
Man.
So I'm coming for that.
So I think we hit on it a little. So do you guys think this is the best Creed movie?
No.
No. So
The
which
first
one
one
do you
is.
guys think is the best Creed?
I'm
The first one.
gonna say number 2.
Number 2?
And I'm gonna say number 2 is because it had to take him out his own dynamic and put it in a whole different kind of realm.
Yeah.
And it showed boxing not just professional, but it showed boxing in those other places. You know what I mean? You often hear about underground boxing and underground, places where boxers are made. And it took, Michael B. Jordan to go to that place to endure some things to be a victor. It's not just, people say you train and you win, and that's not always the case. You might lose, in which he did, but he had to go beyond just regular training and really change his whole world, and really figure out how to fight again. It was
Is
like
that
a recreation.
For Creed 2, is that you guys think from all 3 Creed movies? So obviously the first one, he's still immature. All he wants, he just has a whole bunch of anger and just wants to fight. And you see in number 2, it's still similar a little bit, but like Brandon said, he had to do that, get to that underground and to mature. And then you see the maturity in Creed 3. So would you say, so I'm gonna hear everybody else's, but I would say Creed 2 probably is up there because you see the maturity of him from here until the to the new one. So what do y'all think? Darrell, what you think?
I agree with Brandon. The second one to me is the best one of the Creed franchise. I think the character, like you don't have the character, being established and all that. Some of that stuff you have in the first movie. I feel like of course that will slow the movie down a little bit. I think the second one, to me, like I said, the second one is just the best of the 3. Okay. I think it had the best storytelling of the 3 as well. So
yeah, Jordan.
I think it's Creed number 1 is the best, and for all the reasons why you said. Creed 2, it was a good movie. It was decent, but to me, the highlight of that movie was literally only the fact that he's fighting the son of the guy who killed his dad. Creed number 1, it took you more through the layers, and it was fresh off of the nostalgia of the Rocky series at the same time. We always wondered, yo, man, like, what if, Adonis Creed had a son? And this movie, literally paints that picture of a kid who's frustrated, a kid who's been going from home to home, and then all of a sudden, Adonis Creed's, Apollo's Creed's wife comes in the beginning and tells him, yo, I'm the wife of your father. And you see the tension and the anger that he had, he loosens his hands, you know what I mean, to show that the walls that he had is breaking down. And you see that foreshadowed throughout the whole movie. He's trying to prove himself that he's not just Adonis or Apollo's Creed's son, but he's his own man. You see him when he fights old boy in the beginning of the movie when he takes the keys to his Mustangs. The build up throughout the whole movie, to me, when describing a young man who's trying to live past the shadow of his father, is dope to me. The second movie, it was literally just, yo, I'm fighting Drago's son, and that was really about it. I mean, it was a dope movie, but that storyline was the attention grabber, not really the whole movie within itself. So I'm going with Creed number 1 as the best Creed.
So basically, Creed 1 is the life of a PK. Try to get out the shadow of your parents.
Lord help us. Lord help us.
Pastor B, what you think? Which one do you think is the best? Creed?
I'm going with Gabe on this one. Definitely Creed 1 for all the reasons he mentioned. And additionally, you know why? I enjoy struggle take place and sort of watching. I tend to be a fan of the wild guys in the movies. I guess it's my pre-salvation Wild Edge. Just watching that struggle, that internal struggle, and how he dealt with it and addressed it. I enjoyed that storyline, that narrative in Creed 1.
Andre, I gotta hear yours, brother.
Oh, I'm not last this time. Cool.
No. We ain't gonna make you last, no.
I'm a finally do something that I did not plan on doing.
Agreed.
Agree with Gabe. Creed 1 was definitely nostalgic, and we were wondering if you know Father Creed had a son, you know, throughout the Rocky series. And so, I mean, and of course, going back to Ant-Man, the second installment of Creed was a filler. It's just what it was. The third one,
we can't say that though. We can't say that.
The third one was, we already explained that. I don't want to go back down that road. But it did set up a great notion for a universe of Creed. So I mean, you know, I'm a fan of the Creed ministry. So, you know, I'm gonna continue to, you know, vow my attention to it.
The Creed.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Now I'm intrigued. I'm gonna go with the first.
I gotta refute you on that one though. Filler, I don't know, because
filler's a bit much.
He had to develop a whole new fighting style. That's becoming a whole new boxer. So I understand in the first one, you know, stepping out of the father's shadow, making a name for yourself. You know, it's the first movie. Of course, you know, most of the first time movies in a series, they're great. But the second movie really established him as a fighter, like as a person that is not one-dimensional, but a fighter that can break out of one mold and get to another. And that's why I gave Creed 3, 8, because they didn't show any of his fighting techniques that he learned in 2. They reverted him back to, his original fighting style. But
I gotta refute you on that though.
Listen, hey y'all, we rebuking people on here.
No,
we're just talking. We ain't just talking.
Wait. How he described that? How he described that made me think that Creed 2 was a remake of Rocky 3.
It was. I was gonna ask.
Think about it. Wow.
Hey,
Filler.
Norm. I was gonna ask.
But I don't know if it's a remake.
Hey, I was gonna ask Norm, if you take the whole attraction of Adonis fighting Drago's son out the movie, what do you remember from that movie?
Well, I remember that developing that new fighting style in the desert, even if it wasn't against Drago, if it was somebody else.
Oh, so just like in Rocky 3 when they made the new fighting style on the beach.
When he was chasing the chickens and
you can't do that though. Like, hey, let's the major plot point from the movie. What movie do you have left? It's the same thing. If he's not Apollo's son in the first one, what do you have?
You got Rocky 1.
Filler.
You got a filler.
Hey, what y'all think? Put in the comments. What y'all think? What's the best Creed movie, man? What do y'all think?
Tell the truth, congregation. Tell the truth.
The church nerd congregation.
The truth shall set you free.
But I didn't even think about that. Well, that goes right into our next question. What is the best Rocky movie?
One.
Well, that's all subjective. It's all subjective.
Yeah.
One.
Sorry. I mean, Mr. T was hilarious. I gotta be honest, man. When he was on the stairs talking about, hey woman, come to my apartment. You with a real man.
Rocky 1 was legendary for sure.
Yeah,
you gotta go with the OG Rocky 1.
It's gonna be Rocky 1 because just think about like Jordan said a few moments ago. They counted Stallone out. They didn't think he was going to be a good actor. They said you can't act, your voice is whatever. But for him, it was a low budget film. First of all, for them to film it, and we literally get one of the greatest workout montages of all time. Okay, and who hasn't listened to Eye of the Tiger? You know, when they're working out,
man.
and everybody has. If you go to Philadelphia, everybody literally wants to go to the Rocky Stairs and pump.
It's set a standard.
And he got his own statue. A fictional character got his own statue in Philly. The only other fictional character I can think of that has a statue is Bruce Lee, which he does.
Well, Bruce Lee,
and it won Best Picture.
Non-fiction.
Well, not to correct you, but Eye of the Tiger came from Rocky 3, not Rocky 1.
No, repeat what you just said.
Let the saints say amen.
It's all good, man. We still get what you're saying.
Eye of the Tiger was from Rocky 3.
It was in Rocky 3? I'm sorry.
Yes. That's when the song changed.
I'm fine.
It's okay though. I get the point though. I mean, I just want to make sure that the main voice of the church nerds disputed online by saying stuff wrong.
Jay,
yeah, not my heart.
Get back up again. Get back up again.
But can I say this is why I liked Creed 3 though? Because even in the first two Creeds, you would still somehow lump it in with, you know, the Rocky universe, if you will. Creed 3 was literally, I believe, Michael B's first touch on literally separating the Creed franchise from the Rocky universe. And I think that's why it was good and bad that Rocky wasn't in it. Because even though Rocky was in the first two Creeds, we looked at this Creed movie like it was a Rocky movie still.
Yeah,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why I like Creed 3.
Well, I wanted to ask that. Did you guys like Michael B's directing? This is his first directing debut. For him to be for as big as the franchise has already been, and this is his very first film. Me personally, I think he did a great job for it to be his first film.
He said, "I'm the corny kid, huh? The corny kid, right?
Right.
Oh, when I seen that,
corny kid, right?
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he have a hand in House Party?
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think so. I pray he
I
did.
didn't see the new one. I'm not going to.
But if this was his literally his first official debut, he did a great job for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He did a really, really good job, especially like I said. And shout out to the what's the little girl's name? Andre. I'm sorry.
Amara. Are you talking about Mila Kent?
Mila Kent. she did a great job in the movie as well. You know, that daddy-daughter dynamic. We all know Tessa Thompson. We all know the stuff that she's done.
Great job.
Great actress. Felicia Rashad, her resume speaks for herself.
Yeah, she did.
You know what I mean? And like you said, what'd you say, Brian?
You didn't have to die though.
No.
You
Look,
still about that?
Hey, do not forget about Wood Harris. That's my boy.
Oh yeah, we can't leave out Wood.
Boy. Can't leave out Wood.
Agreed.
You can't leave out Wood.
Who?
How long has he been acting? Like,
I don't know.
I thought a boxing match was about to happen between him and Michael B. I was like, that about to go at it. That would have made the movie a 9 for me. Like that like him just stalling off on him at 9. 9 right there.
Man, automatically. Wood is funny, boy.
Wood, no, he legendary for real, man. He is. Oh, there he is.
Welcome back, Brandon.
Welcome back.
I got touched from the Holy Ghost. I had to take a call.
No, he had to take a healing break.
Hey, we get you, Batman. We get it. You here, you not.
Brandon,
that
did you like Michael B's directing in his first directing debut?
I think it was good. I mean, it was I would say it's kind of easy because he already had like the Creed universe he was established and kind of know where he wanted to go, what he wanted to see. But overall, I think it was good for his first debut. And I'm looking to see, when he directs other things and then how his mind works and how he brings in different aspects that are not so common and been continuous that he's been a part of.
Right. And
So-
shout
so-
out to Michael B. He got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame the other day.
Nice.
Shout out to him.
So understand he's supposed to be also I believe directing the Rainbow Six, the Clancy.
Oh, I heard about
sequel
that.
to-
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So look out for that, man. I mean,
Well, wasn't he in he was already in some type of military movie?
yeah, the
Yeah,
on
the first
Amazon. What was it called?
What was that one?
I know it. I haven't watched it yet, but I know he was in it though, or whatever. But shout out to him, and we already know Jonathan Majors
Without remorse.
Without
Without
Remorse.
Remorse.
So he's supposed to be twisting it into a Rainbow Six film.
Yeah, because at the end of it, that's basically what they were setting up. If you look at that Without Remorse movie, it's basically set up the Rainbow Six franchise to be a movie.
And I think Michael B. Jordan is going to catapult a lot of good nerd wanting movies. Like he's going to be the catapult to that of our generation, of course. And I love it. So
I seen an interview with him, and I don't know if you guys watch the channel Heroes Reforged. They're a podcast channel, but one of the guys actually interviewed him about the Creed film, and they talked about there was possibilities that he might direct some anime human portrayal movies as well. They talked about that.
Like live action.
Yeah, like live action. They talked about finally doing a Dragon Ball Z movie justice.
Oh,
as well.
I would leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Off topic. The Dragon Ball Z live action thought process is just unrealistic because you cannot unless CGI is literally.
That's what he talked about too.
It's hard to capture that.
You remember that Dragon Ball Evolution movie?
No, we don't include that.
Look, we're not gonna talk about that.
I don't remember that.
Brandon, you can't disappear to come here with that nonsense.
Oh no, I'm saying you know that was trash. It was straight trash.
Brandon came back spitting heresy, bro.
I have never seen it, and I cannot make myself even attempt to watch it.
That movie was just as bad as that last Airbender movie that they tried to make.
He's so awful. He do not touch another anime movie. Now there has been some short fan made films on YouTube that does it justice, but it's like, can you elongate that? Can you make it? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, after seeing Creed 3, if anybody can do it, I would put my money on.
I really think I think Mike B can do it. I really think so. For real.
It can't be done, man. Anime is just too wild to be live action. Leave it as it is.
Yeah, because I heard they were doing a One Piece live action movie. Now we all know how crazy One Piece.
Some things are just better at the medium that they are. Because figure the Super Mario movies are coming out, the new one. It's all CGI and it looks dope, right? You remember the first Mario Brothers movie? If anybody have seen this movie, it was the worst ever because they tried to make a video game movie with real people. It just don't translate.
No. I mean, I think the last few years, they definitely have gotten better with the video game movies.
It depends on
Super Mario. I mean,
one.
The Sonic movies was decent. The two new Sonic movies, they were decent.
I did like the Sonic movie.
After I got punted from Look for Sonic with having teeth.
But here's the thing: they
design.
But they listened to the people. They listened that they got so much outrage from that first design. They was like, "All right, we hear y'all. We made a mistake. We gonna go back." And
the second one was legit.
The second one was, and then that teaser was Shadow.
I'm saying I'm looking forward to this. I want to see what Shadow. I want to see what Shadow.
Who's gonna voice him though? That's what I want to know.
When I saw Knuckles, they did Knuckles. Knuckles was looking good. I said that was a good design.
I didn't think Idris Elba was gonna be able to bring life to Knuckles the way he did. I think he did a pretty good job playing Knuckles. Not great, but I think he did. I think he did decent.
I think he played Idris Elba in every movie.
Agreed.
Every movie.
Y'all
Okay.
gotta chill,
Now
man.
Luther on Netflix is pretty good. Go check it out, y'all. Support the black man.
No,
I do need to check that out. I have not checked out any of that Luther.
I haven't checked it
Pretty-
out either. I
It's
definitely
pretty
do
good.
need to
It's,
check
it's
it
a
out.
good
dope.
couples night movie
Luther
for
dope.
sure.
Okay.
So Andre, you said something that I think a lot of people don't realize. So you said Idris Elba plays Idris Elba in everything, right? Same thing
He
like when you
sounds
say
like-
Denzel
yeah.
plays Denzel.
Don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
No, no,
Hey,
Stop it.
no.
hey,
No.
I
That
struck a
man-
nerve, y'all. I struck
Hey,
a
That's
nerve.
that's
That man is an
arbitrarily
actor for real.
disrespectful.
don't.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, don't.
I think you should just mute right now.
You know what? You're
You
thinking
fucking
about
weird,
his. You're thinking about his son. So I give you
Chill
the
out,
benefit
man.
of the
John
doubt.
Washington is legit too.
He coming up.
No, he thinking about Kevin Hart.
No, hey, Kevin Hart got range.
How much?
Hold
Bro,
on.
he got-
Can you-
what's that
can you
movie
pause-
with him and Wesley Snipes?
Can you
Oh, that
pause?
show.
You talking
Can you
about,
pause, Gabe?
You said what?
Can you pause, Gabe, please, for that comment? That brother ain't got no range.
I'm like he
What's
played
that
a
movie? What's that movie with him and Wesley
movie.
Snipes? Or that
I know
show?
what you're talking about. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
You talking about Die Hard?
No, man.
No, Die Hard.
No. The movie with him and Wesley Snipes. It was like a drama.
Yeah, it was like a
Oh,
drama.
Taxi Baby.
Kevin Hart was in a movie with Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
I
No,
don't- I don't
no,
know.
it was a show.
And it
was a
showed
show.
his range, bro. What? Oh, let me look up the name of that.
I'm about to look it up right now. Let me
He
see.
was decent in that upside. He did pretty good in the upside.
Stop playing, bro.
You know what? Let me agree with
Sorry,
Darrell.
Gabe.
That
True
Upside
story.
was a great movie. I'm not gonna even
Hey,
say
I'm
that.
like, he did a
It was
decent
called
job.
True Story.
True story. Ain't none of y'all seen that?
No,
I saw it.
Yeah.
Me and my wife saw it.
Jay.
Kevin, he did do pretty good in there.
Come
I
on,
got it.
Jay. Come on. Then he showed a little something
I gotta
different.
check it out.
Wait, is that the
But-
movie? It was a movie with a little girl too. Is that what y'all talking about?
No, that's fatherhood. That's when
Oh, okay.
his wife died giving birth or whatever. That was fatherhood.
Now I'm not hating on Kevin Hart, but he
Right.
just, I mean,
He just
to
is
me,
who he
he's not a A-list actor. I'm sorry.
Watch True
Most-
Story.
Because most of his genre is comic. Is
Comic.
That's all he does.
And,
Yeah,
and I think he's good in
the
that
comic
range.
sidekick.
You know,
He's the
him and The
comic
Rock,
sidekick.
doing what they do.
He's definitely a B-list, not an A-list though.
He's B-lit. So is it hard for certain actors to be seen with range because they focus on one genre?
It's like I can't see Henry Cavill outside of Superman.
But he's been
He
in
was
movies
terrible
before
in Witcher.
Superman, though.
Chill, bro. He the Witcher.
He was now he's not.
Now he's just
And James Gunn kicked him off the.
Hey, bro. In the same month. In
man.
the same month, bro. He lost 2 jobs.
He lost in so many ways.
Man, he did it, bro, for real.
And yeah, I mean, Gabe, what you say? What's that article you say? You said DC. I mean, Snyder's coming back to work for the DCEU or something.
Yeah.
You
Did
said
y'all
Zack
see that
Snyder. You said
trailer?
there's an article saying Zack Snyder's.
No. Did y'all see that trailer that
For what?
Zack Snyder put out on his Instagram?
That's what I was referring to.
I think Nora might be right. I think he might be coming back to the DC universe after James Gunn took it back over.
Well, that's the thing, because people are saying that they sold some of their rights to like Netflix or some other platform.
It's probably Netflix.
WB did. And that's what they're
Netflix did.
saying.
They in assembly line. Netflix. Jesus.
Mhm. For real. Seriously.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I am not looking forward to this Flash movie at all.
Bro, all right.
I'm not looking.
Mark
forward
my
to it.
words.
I seen
is
Tom
gonna be
Cruise
lit.
went and saw the movie first, and he said everyone's going to love it. I don't know about all that.
Bro, James Gunn said the same thing.
Well, look at it like this. The main actor, Ezra,
yeah.
what he did, I can't support that. That was weird. I'm not even gonna say the word I'm thinking about just because I don't want to be that controversial, but I can't support that, man. So I might skip that movie. Y'all might just have to, you know what I'm saying, fill me in. But that's weird,
Yeah.
bro.
I just don't like him. I don't like him as the Flash. So, but
Yeah.
you know,
Then the way
Nah,
the,
it's personal for me.
CGI and everything, it's weird, just like Morbius. The CGI was just weird.
First of all, see, look, what you not gonna do, Jay, is keep coming for Morbius. You and Jordan, look,
You enjoy
you
it.
and Gabe, you and Gabe. I keep
I
calling
can't
Gabe
believe you
Jordan.
gave Creed 5, but you give Morbius a 10.5 out of 10. Like,
That's
that's
because Morbius. I read the Morbius comics and it was right on point. Look, I love hit for hit.
bro, they didn't even show any blood in Morbius.
I will give it to you
It's
too.
PG-13.
When they make movies,
Man,
when they make movie adaptations from comics, and when they stay with the comic line, I give it. That's what's up. Because most of the
That's our
time when they go
point.
out and they bring in all these other things in there, it's like this ain't got nothing to do with the universe. So it's taking you like they
Yeah.
trying to make their own universe.
Morbius
Sequels
was
already been
more.
given.
I give it to Sony. Morbius was a Morbius movie. It was a movie.
I'm sorry, I can't forgive Jared Leto after what he did to Joker in the first Suicide Squad in 2016. I can't.
that wasn't his fault, man.
I can't forgive him.
Whose fault was it?
I think it was the writer's fault. I think it was. Oh, I'm alone.
I don't know.
Right.
It's always the writer's fault. I agree with you, Gabe. I agree with you, Gabe. It's always the writer's.
Suicide Squad,
I'm telling you,
first
the
movie was
writers,
greatest.
the writers' table is so important for these
is.
movies.
It is.
Mhm.
It is.
That's
You
true.
cannot,
That's true.
if the actors are confused by what the writers are trying to do, or by any means they disagree at some type of point, it's not going to go smooth. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you see it in a lot of movies.
Mhm.
The couple minutes he was in the post-credit scene with the Zack Snyder's Justice League, he was decent. He was cool in that one. So that's why I'm like, no, I think he may be straight. Maybe just the writers didn't know what to do, in the Suicide Squad.
I don't know, because most actors they take the writing or the character that they get and they make it into their own character. So obviously, I mean, it's hard for him to come after Keith Ledger. You know what I'm saying? To
The GOAT.
That was
You know
the
what I'm
goat,
saying?
man. That was
The GOAT.
that was. I mean, he was the best. He was the best. So literally, anybody else that come after that, you have some big shoes, and you ain't gonna fill them because he played Joker perfectly.
Yeah.
It was just
Okay,
just
the
way too
dude had
good.
a smoke on his hand and went like this, like a smile. That has nothing to do with any type of writing. I'm sorry, no.
I didn't even just like the design of Joker. I was like,
No,
what's
man,
this,
you crazy,
31st
man.
century Joker or something?
It looked
Like,
horrible. He was tatted up so much, and then
You didn't like his hand smile?
no.
And
So-
then Norm, like you said, I was off when he and then his laugh was 10 times bad. He said,
That ain't no Joker laugh.
that's not Joker. So I say Heath Ledger is the best film on
Oh,
screen Joker, and Mark Hamill
hands down.
is best cartoon.
Oh, of course.
Rest in peace to Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
Hey, did y'all see at the
He played that
Oscars?
role
A lot of
very
fans
well.
were mad that they didn't give honor to Kevin Conroy for voicing Batman all them years.
Oh, yeah, that's
So you know how
that
they do
was
the
crazy.
memorabilia. So like all the actors and everyone that died, they didn't put them in there. They put them in the Screen Actors Guilds and Golden Globes memory,
Wow.
but they didn't put him at the Oscars one.
He's iconic, bro. They fumbled on that one.
Yeah, they got to
For
do.
sure.
It's the Oscars, right?
Yeah, it's the Oscars. You can.
This is
you
why I
go-
don't watch it no more, bro. It's just
Yeah.
it's weird now. Like they trying to make too many people happy about
Mhm.
Yeah,
whatever.
and then
Well,
Jimmy
that's
Kimmel.
society in general. That's why
Yeah, I was
everybody trying to make everybody
title
happy.
issue.
Society, man.
Yeah.
I mean, everything, everywhere, all that was. We knew they were going to win most of the awards. To be honest, I still disagree that Jamie Lee, she shouldn't have won that best supporting.
Why
actor.
not?
If
Why?
anything,
Angela
the other-
Bassett should have won that.
If
Look,
anything, the other girl who was the daughter should have won over Jamie Lee. She had more of a role than Jamie.
For-
Jamie wasn't even in
well,
most of the scenes like
Come
that.
on, what other movies have you seen the daughter in?
But it's
I'm
based
gonna
on-
tell you, Jamie Lee Curtis was kind of overdue for an Oscar. She's
Angela
placed-
Bassett is
It's
over.
overdue.
I understand that, and trust me, she'll win next year or year after.
This is her chance.
But
man.
Yeah,
but
She already
what I'm
did it
trying to
with
say
Wakanda,
is
so
that was a close competition there, and You know how many black people won last year? They had to make up for that. Y'all gotta understand statistics. They trying to make everybody happy. That's why I just said
Last year was the blacks. This year was the Asians. So next year's gonna be the.
Bro, my sister said the same thing.
Next year's gonna be.
They made sure
they trying to keep everybody happy, man. Everybody happy. And now it's gonna be the LGBT, you know, the letter people.
So here's the thing: me and my wife just seen something. The voters for the academies, they don't necessarily have to watch the movie that's on the ballot.
What'd you say, Jay? I'm sorry. I was looking at Brandon.
Wait, what did Andre say?
Oh boy.
I was looking at Brandon. Go ahead, Jay. You got 5 minutes.
We're gonna pray. We're gonna pray for every single last person on this panel. But I was saying that the voters for the Oscars, for the Academy, they don't necessarily have to watch those movies.
It's gonna all be blind.
True. How do y'all feel in the comment section about what we're talking about? Because it's not, you know, we want to hear what y'all got to say, because, you know, it's really all about y'all. We love y'all. We thank y'all. Let us know what y'all think about, you know, our discussion. We want to hear from y'all.
We want to hear from y'all. Did y'all like Creed? Which one's the best Creed movie? Your favorite Rocky film? You know, what was your favorite scene from the movie? You know, I think we discussed. Most of us said it was the last fight. Jordan, did you say what your favorite scene was?
Man, my favorite scene was when Michael B, when he stopped into Jonathan Major's dressing room before Jonathan's first fight, and then when they departed, it was like a scene where they was like looking at each other through the wall, but they didn't really see each other. I thought that scene was dope. I thought that scene was awesome.
Yeah, I did like that cut.
Yeah,
it was a nice cut.
Brian, did you say what your favorite scene was from earlier?
Oh yeah, I already told you it was Michael B in the dinosaur onesie, the girl dad moment.
I would say I know I said it was the last fight, but I would think after the fight, when they both said it wasn't your fault to each other,
At the end.
Yeah,
I didn't like that because that was a part of the cheesy ending that I didn't want to
see. So Jay like reconcile. I get it.
Sometimes you gotta reconcile with
brotherly love.
Brotherly love continue.
Hey, but that's why Michael B had to win, because if Jonathan Majors won, there wasn't going to be any reconciling, bro.
And that's what I'm talking about, Gabe. That would.
Oh, is that true reconciliation then? Because it's like, oh, I only want to make up because I lost. You know?
Don't get me wrong. Damon is still pissed off to this day.
Oh,
Damon is pissed off.
He
pissed off. He didn't even want to celebrate. He looked like, man. He was
still in his shorts.
Well, Andre, you're all about writing. Andre, you're all about writing. So we obviously know they're going to do a Creed 4 with the daughter. How would you write that film?
Lenny Ali is the trainer. No.
That's interesting.
Honestly, I wouldn't. I would let a deaf individual write it. Because you got to come from their perspective and how they, you know what I'm saying? I can't relate. Right. That's the thing. They don't put relatable writers on a writer's table.
Yeah,
that's why stuff be messed up and people be, you know, trying to make something happen out of a distant, you know, creativity mindset. It does not mesh at all.
And we all know that's been happening in Hollywood for years.
Oh wow.
You know, I mean, they haven't. I was gonna say they've been doing their best, but they haven't. It's still the same.
Like the reason Creed was actually like I felt like Michael B was at that writer's table too, because you know he kind of got it out the mud in a way, you know, the corny kid or whatnot. So there was some.
I love that interview
there. You know what I'm saying? So
what you say, Gabe? You love that?
I love that interview. I say yeah. Tell him, Michael.
But Hollywood, if you listening, please make more relatable writers
Yeah.
the table. Stop
No, for real.
hiring writers from distant movies that has nothing to do.
Don't have a clue what they're writing about.
Yeah,
At
they
all.
have to.
You know what?
understand the
Please don't make another Guys of Egypt.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was bad. You know, I think it goes back to something that Denzel, he was in an interview and he was saying about why it was important. I think it was for Fences he would do an interview for. And he was saying why it was important to have a black director for that. And he said it wasn't color, it was culture.
Right, right.
About why it was important. Like he was like I won't read it. It says Steven Spielberg did Schindler's List. Martin Scorsese did Goodfellas. Right?
Mhm.
Now Steven Spielberg could have directed Goodfellas, and Scorsese could have did Schindler's List.
Right.
But there are cultural differences.
Yeah.
After that. So there's
true.
a reason why those movies are as good as they were, because they had people who understood the culture.
Mm.
Deacon Heath, everybody.
Deacon Norm, he's preaching.
No, but he's absolutely right. So I mean, we're seeing a rise in black directors in Hollywood. You know, Ryan Coogler is obviously at the top of the list.
Awesome.
But, you know, he's great. He's absolutely great. But we're definitely going to see more. And then you've been seeing more women directors coming up also, and then it's just going to keep going down the line. You know, more it's going to be more representation, and you'll see more of these award shows being awarded evenly and not just the one party.
Who knows? We might develop a screenplay. You never know.
Yeah.
Who knows? Church
Who knows? They've been doing church folk crazy for years. You know, some type of television series.
Is your hail play on screen?
I also want to give a shout out to a very underrated actress. I mean, I could see the future in her, and that's gonna be Janelle James. She's watch out for her, bro.
What movie was she in?
Well, she's in Abbott Elementary, the TV series.
Yeah, okay,
Principal.
got you.
But she's a
The
comedian.
principal? Oh yeah, she's great.
But her range, bro, I'm telling you, she could do some damage if people really took her serious. For sure.
So definitely. Hey, listen, y'all, man. We got to get out of here. This is the Church Nerds podcast. Listen, we want you to like, comment, and subscribe to our Facebook and our YouTube page. We got more content for you coming. Again, I'm Jay. We got Darrell, Gabe Jordan, Norman Heath, Brandon Travis, Andre Buford, and the Bishop himself, Pastor Brian Evans. Listen, we love you all. God bless you. We'll see you on the next episode of the Church Nerds.
Deuces.